And we're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fans of Power. I'm Joe Amato, and I'm here with my partners in crime, Tyler T-Rex Baker, Nasty Nate Nathan Kennedy, Rebecca McDonald, a.k.a. Newt, the Trash Man, Ren McKenzie, the Dr. Dushin Mitrovich, and the Reverend James Etok. I didn't mention the episode because I don't have a laptop by me, so I don't know what the fucking episode number is, but welcome to the show.
373, Joe.
373. All right, 373. So, yeah, I still don't have a table here because all my
400.
shit...
That's cool.
Yeah, it's still all over the floor. Until they put up that other downspout, I'm just going to leave this mess all over of everything that fell. So, yeah, I can't see the chat. I won't be able to read names. But, hey, well, welcome to the show. Jesus Christ.
God, my audio completely botched up. It sounded like Joe called Deuce and Dr. Doom shit.
I'll have to go back
That's
and
a
listen
great
to that.
name, honestly.
It's just what it sounded like. It was like, God, what the hell's wrong with my audio?
It'd be great if it actually does come out like that, but I'll have to see that on the rerun.
Yeah, I think it was just on my end. I don't think anybody else heard that. Dr. Doom shit.
Well, I mean, that's going to be his name going forward, right?
Yeah. A picture of Dr. Doom stepping in dog shit or something like that.
There we
That'd be
go.
awesome.
Ren, get the illustrating, buddy.
Yeah. I want it on TeePublic by the end of the week.
Damn.
Hey, speaking of which, Joe, those things you were supposed to do, I'm assuming you did none of them, right?
No, but I did start, and I showed Tyler something and I think that I'm doing. No. So I showed Tyler something that's starting that'll be going up there. It'll be kind of cool. So yeah, there's something that'll be cool going up.
Where's my
I
scan,
expected
Joe?
to buy it last Friday, but
Oh, whoa!
I know.
Wait a
that's
second.
cool.
Wait, yeah,
Wait, what?
that's awesome.
I'll do it
That's
again.
awesome.
What?
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Joe, where's my scan?
Oh, I just noticed his mouth moving. I was like, what the fuck was awesome
that's
about
really
him
awesome.
talking? I'll get it to you. I promise. I just forgot, but I'll get it to you.
Sure.
Dushan, you got to do the classic thing. The fan that thinks he can do Skeletor's voice. The fan that thinks he can do Skeletor's voice.
I
You've got
love
to do that. I am Skeletor. You know, like he's a brilliant Skeletor impression. Do it.
I am Skeletor.
It's so
That's
accurate.
Now, is that totally programmed, like to just go with as you're talking, or are you having to
That's-
just
He's looking
stick
at
it out
you.
the
That's
whole time?
so
awesome.
cool.
That is.
How are you doing
Yes,
this? He
it's
truly is
programmed.
like a wow.
That is
I want
so
to.
cool,
Look
Dushan.
over here.
You win the internet.
Would he look
Dushan.
at? Does he
Can he look at-
spin?
Can he
No,
look at Ren?
He can only look at me.
He probably have to flip it like Filmation does.
Oh, there he goes.
Ah,
Yeah, there he goes. There you go. That's close enough.
I am
Hey,
fully
wait.
articulated.
That is so cool,
Dushan.
Dushan.
You gotta call me a name like you did last week when you said, "Do it, you bitch." Do that with Skeletor.
That was the...
Yo, bitch.
Oh god, that was good.
oh, it's so good.
You'll have to let me
that's so good.
let me know what you did with that, because I would like to mess with that too, like later on, and maybe that would be fun if we could actually have an episode where we're all like that, different characters, and as
Yeah.
we talk, yeah, that'd be fun.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
That's really awesome.
That is very
It is.
impressive. Yeah.
Hey man, hey, come on.
Look at that.
I love that.
That is cool as shit.
Here, I'll put you up there. You stare at James for a little bit.
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
That's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
No one else
Well,
is
we
going
don't-
to talk.
Looking at
all
you.
right, yeah.
I was,
Oh no, I'm just kind of like.
I'm just
We're all
like
flabbergasted.
Skeletor to say something.
yeah, we're just
Yeah.
all,
I'm still looking at Nathan.
Hey, no, what are you doing?
He is. He is. Now he's looking at me.
That's right.
Got the
Now
move.
he's looking. Yeah.
Got to move him
Yo,
around here.
bitch.
That's awesome, man.
that's very, very cool.
Well, while we have that, let me refresh it here. You have approximately 6 days, 21 hours, 39 minutes, and 39 seconds. What, Joe?
Jesus, my thing went off.
Well,
I
you
mean,
keep
like
that, you
telephone.
keep that to
Yeah.
yourself, all right?
Play with it enough, it'll go off.
Okay, I had to
There's
click it off.
medication. There's
Okay, go
medication
ahead.
for that, Joe.
Oh, sorry. But 1 week left, correct? 7 days left on that?
Well, I just said approximately. We're less than 7 days. We got like 6 hours or 6 days, 23 hours, 23 minutes or some stuff. This is still sitting at $4,600, by the way.
Oh, it's going to skyrocket. It's still going to jump. Trust me. I know some of the people that are bidding on these items, and yeah, we're going to see some shit in the last day, if not the last seconds. It'd almost be cool if we could see this like next week, almost see some of the ending bids or something. But it's going to go crazy on a lot of this.
It's going to end at. They have it listed at 5 p.m. Central next Sunday, so it'll be 6 p.m. Eastern time next Sunday is when this will end. So, I mean, I guess I could if
we could do a little bonus early stream or something, or start or
yeah,
whatever you
I could probably set like a little thing up, and whoever wants to be here when these are ending, and we'll see what stuff.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I can be here.
Yeah.
Be there.
It'd be reminding people, for those that forget, like this is it. This is literally your last day, your last hour, minutes to get these.
Yeah.
Is this all from one person's collection or something?
It was a collection that was it was a not for resale collection that had been archived by Mattel.
Oh, so we don't know this. Who we know it's going through Heritage Auctions. We don't know who the beneficiary is.
No, we just know the guy who's in charge of this particular group. Like he cataloged everything. Other than that, like how they obtained it, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was all Scott Knightley, and Scott Knightley's like, "Thanks everybody for making me rich."
Well, there's other
it just
people
funded
that are
a whole new YouTube channel for his bullshit.
No, but there is other people that's involved, like Justice Curry, my one buddy. He's got that merman sword that's up. So there's a lot of cool pieces that are up here. But
yeah, it's only $68 right now. For
God,
the
I
sword.
can't believe that.
It's gonna climb. That'll climb too. So as long as the thing I'm bidding on doesn't climb, because I want all that merchandise. No, actually, I want people to bid against me. I want them to go against me.
Stratos over $1,000 there.
Isn't that something?
That's crazy.
It is.
Apex Stratos.
And
I'm
how
not
much?
surprised.
And how much is Joe's thingy that he's bidding on?
I think that's at 170 right now. It's on the last page. Is it 170 still?
There it is. There it is.
Oh, it has a lot of cool shit, but I'm going to let people know. So people are listening now in case they missed it the previous weeks. There's a super rare piece in there. It's that Nightlight of He-Man that's actually carded. Now, the Nightlight will show up on eBay on occasion. Still expensive, but to see that on a card is super fucking rare. So I want people to know about that so they outbid me. Go fucking crazy on this. There's so much shit there that, please.
Yeah, that's a good little set of goodies there.
Oh, it's a whole bunch. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Joe, I'm kind of worried you don't understand the bidding process. You said you bid on this because you want it, and then you just said to everybody,
I know, but Joe, I want people to outbid me. I do want people to outbid me. I'll be honest.
So he doesn't want to be stuck having to pay $170.
If somebody outbid you, and then they sent it to you later.
That would be cool, Rebecca, if that happened.
Joe just doesn't. He doesn't have $170. That's
could you imagine?
Well, he's using Jenny's card. It's okay.
No, she already canceled those. They're not good anymore.
Right. So we'll see, but there's still a lot of great pieces up there. Some at good prices, but I know they're going to skyrocket.
This classics lot only $31 right now. If
That's
someone
gotta
gets
go
away with
up.
this,
I mean-
that's a steal. Where it's sitting.
Right, I mean, it's probably 31 because that's probably going to sell for like over quite a few hundred, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it would have to, especially.
How are the 2 packs of Princess of Power? Those with the horses.
$52.
Oh my god!
Those gotta go a lot more.
That's gonna go up. Those crystal horses
We'll see.
are rare.
We will see.
I guarantee it's
know.
very early days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be a lot like eBay, where things set pretty low until that last 30 minutes, and then people see it last 5
within minutes or seconds. I've seen it within the last 5 seconds of auctions before, so there's going to be a ton of sniping.
Yeah, I got outbid on an item. Was it during last week?
$1.
And just got outbid with 3 seconds to go, and I was like, all's fair in love and scalping.
See, so James, you've experienced that.
Yeah. I've done it myself as well. It's just whoever bids the most wins. And if it happens to be in the last few seconds, so be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whoever won it now has like 3 super rare items to sit on and keep their asses warm.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
true. This, I mean,
Look
I'm guessing
at
this
that.
this will go for a fortune.
Yeah.
I've been offered more than a few hundred just for the Power of the Evil Horde book I've got, because mine's
Just
in
the
like
book.
super duper condition. Just the book. So you think
Mhm.
the actual box, which has also got Bruce Timm artwork on the box, it's just like,
Mm.
whew,
Right.
Wow.
Fright
Get a
Zone.
Fright Zone.
410 for him. Man,
Oh, do you know what I'd
that's
do?
nothing.
If I was the person that won that, I'd open that Fright Zone box and look at the dragon. So it'd probably just evaporate in your hands.
Deteriorate.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
Whoever
bad.
wins it, don't open the box, because the dragon, unless the dragon hasn't been exposed to any air at all. So,
My dragon's
who knows?
still good. I still got my
Mine
dragon
fell
up there. He's
apart.
perfect. Yeah.
My dragon's still
Jenny,
good. Are you
Jenny.
about- Oh my god.
Wait, I have a
Yes,
question.
Alfred.
Jenny, is his dragon good?
It's not good. His dragon is toothless.
Shut up. It's all Red, you shit.
Dragon's
How's
got
that one
no
up?
bite, bitch.
Bite this, you fucker. So there we go. 310 on that. And we got to see what that commemorative one that with the Panther with the mask. Let's see what he's going at now. Yeah, I think he'll go a lot more than that too.
What the
It
hell
is
is
cool.
that? Oh,
Look,
the
you didn't see that,
commemorative.
James? Yeah,
I
but it
didn't
was
see
yeah.
that one.
Yep. So that's something they were going to do, but then they didn't do. And it's like, that's cool as shit to see that right there. Panther with the
Oh,
mask, just like the saddle.
wow.
Same color.
It's a
Yeah, that's cool.
helmet, you boob.
Helmet,
I'll
mask.
make you boob.
He called me a boo boo with that skeletal face, you fucker.
I called you a boob, not a boo boo.
This is awkward. Yeah, so
So you-
look,
Have they
it's
got-
So even
They
if
got the-
you,
go
you
on.
don't have the intention on, signing up and bidding on anything, at least click on the link down below. Helps us out, helps them out. Get eyes on the pages. Share the link. Let people know, because the people seeing this might have tons of money to spend, unlike Joe.
yeah, exactly. And plus, you get there, and if whether it's this stuff that you want to get or other things, remember they're going to have a lot of other things in the future. I mean, they have so many things that they put up there, but damn, look at that. That's just so fucking cool.
Have they got the giants at all? The Titus and Megaton
No,
at all?
no, they don't have
Ah.
those.
Could you imagine though if they did,
Oh my
how much
God.
those would go for?
I still
Just the
wonder
boxes
what
alone.
mine would. I sold my loose original Megator back in. I bought him in '96 for £5, like so $7 at a flea market. It was just in a box. I was like, "Is that one of the giants?" So I bought it, and then in the year 2000, I sold it on eBay, and it went for $225. The loose Megator.
Oh,
It was like in really good nick. I wonder what that would
now.
be. What is loose Megator worth these days? I don't
Oh, he
even
goes for a
know.
lot.
Oh
if
my
he
God,
if he
dude.
still has his
Yeah.
armor and if he has his
Yeah.
weapon, I mean, he's going to go
Weapon.
over 1,000. But in the box, he could go anywhere up to $3,000 with the box. They go pricey, very
I
pricey.
wonder, like Emiliano has his Emiliano's collection of mint in box stuff is ludicrous. It's like I wonder if I think he could probably sell his collection and buy another house. So
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
maybe we
You
should
ain't
do
kidding.
this. I'm not joking. His mint in box stuff is
I can imagine.
breathtaking. Yeah.
I still
So-
got the boxes from my Titus and Megator, by the way. I still got them right there in the closet.
Oh,
All cool.
wow.
Perfect condition. Nice, real good
Cool.
condition. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Joe. You can sell those and
Captain Investment. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the funny thing about that is when Emily's parents came to visit us here for the first time, because they've never been here since we moved to this house. I walked them into the office, and of course they're just like looking because it's just walls of figures, and they're like, "Hey, I guess you don't need a retirement plan, huh? Worst comes to worst, you can just sell all the stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, that'll probably never happen."
Yeah.
At like 115 right now for that. That's
God, it's so cheap.
That's
yeah.
mhm.
I had
That's a
two
good
of those in the late 90s. I think I sold them for like $40 each.
I
Jeez.
actually don't
God.
I don't have one loose, so this might be one that I might see.
Hey,
see
go
where
for
the,
it.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
where the
That's
Man,
bid
this is
cool.
fucking
towards the end.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
definitely
awesome.
one I got my eye on for sure. Man, see what Modulok only $36 right now. I mean, this is we've already said this when we started showing on. This is like one of the coolest part about these, just for Mattel employees only. You know, not for resale historic archive product. That's
cool.
Yeah. All these, I think the majority of them all have that little stamp on them.
Yeah. Blast Attack 5.
Yeah. God, well, that one did jump up because I remember last week Blast Attack. A lot of the men on card figures, especially the last wave, were not for like King Randor and.
Where is King Randor?
Yeah.
Here we go.
There he is.
45.
$45. God, that's a cry.
He's gonna go for way more.
Oh man. And Faker, like the Faker from the last wave too, with the Bruce Timm artwork on the front.
What's that? I thought that was Starsky and Hutch. I was like, Starsky.
What was those stampers? Remember? I got two of those when I was supposed to get the entire fucking collection from Bubble.
That's
almost
when
supposed
you
to get the whole
went
collection.
berserk, right?
That's when I lost my shit.
Well,
Buzz
Joe,
off and Fisto.
I love that story.
No,
I
Joe,
love that
look,
story.
you can right the wrong and get the entire set right now. Current bid $1.
But still, I keep the one right here on top of Eternia. Hold on a second.
What's he doing?
He's getting something.
Fucking around.
God damn it! Get my fucking mic.
Mike.
Stick it in my ear.
Oh, such a professional.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, this is what I still got, James. Right here is Fisto. This is the one that I kept. I had Fisto and Buzz Off, and I stamped the living shit out of almost every bit of material I had. And then I smashed Buzz Off. I was like, fuck it. I was so pissed, but I kept this as a reminder of shitty contests that didn't pay it forward. I was supposed to get the whole collection, and I got this. But I still keep him. He's cool. Yeah.
But don't you stamp in anger?
Yeah.
Did you go crazy like stamping in anger?
I was stamping on the coloring books, the sticker book pages.
You need one of those squeezy things instead of like a stamp.
Well, back then I don't think they had squeezy things when I was growing up. Don't say it, Nathan. Don't make it like I'm 100 years old. But we didn't have any. I think
he was squeezing some rubber shit.
Shut up. So anyways, so I just stamped everything. Then I smashed Buzz Off and. Oh, that's it. If anybody wins that lot, send me Buzz Off, okay? You can send me and don't do right or wrong.
Don't send Joe anything.
I won't break nothing.
Stop sending Joe things, please.
Yeah, please stop sending Joe things. I don't get enough things.
Oh, you get plenty, you fucker.
Spread the love. Hey. Send the rest of us free stuff. Joe's gotten enough handouts.
Definitely got enough crap. Look, you see, still to this day, whatever people send him, he leaves on the fucking floor when he gets knocked down. He has to clean this shit up.
No, that was from the siding. I will clean all this up once they put up my downspout. I'll put everything back up on the shelf. And
Did you fix Gwildor yet? Poor Gwildor.
No, he's still like this. He's right here sitting with his broken plastic, broken arm.
It's like right at his foot. Like he just puts it right back in the floor.
I do. Like I said, here's pieces of plastic.
The plastic really broke.
That's what I mean. It's just fucked. So, yeah. That's not nice laughing at me, Brandon. God damn it. This is my childhood figure, and it fucking fell and broke. I was so pissed.
That sucks. I'm sorry, Joe.
It's Gwildor, man.
Hey, Gwildor is awesome, you dick bag.
Ren's been
Gwildor is awesome.
I'll just mute Ren. We've had enough of him.
Yeah, enough of this shit. About time
any character Billy Barty plays is awesome.
Exactly.
Damn right. Even the cameraman in UHF, he was awesome in that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice reference.
Even the guy that lost his legs in Life Stinks with Mel Brooks. That was cool.
Yeah.
He was one of the homeless people. Don't say it, Nathan. Yep. How about we start the show? We get going.
Weren't you a stunt double in that movie, Joe?
Yeah, right.
Well, since Joe doesn't have his laptop, and before we get going on the main topic, because there's not a link like we normally do for our watch parties, it's just going to be amongst us here on the show. So before we get going with that, I will attempt, since I said before, Joe, no laptop, I will read off all the people that are joining us live tonight. We have Chris Carter, JSP, Febmon, Zentron, Sean D. I'm scrolling because you guys were talking a lot. Anthony Albanese, Motu Matthew.
Oh, what do you have to say that out loud?
Jenny K, love you, baby.
Love you, Jen.
Jenny, baby, I love you, baby.
Mute that fucker.
Motu Drew, Brian Brummagem, Mobile Recluse. I'm scrolling. Papa Hud 69, MC DJ ACDC, John Ballard, Jason Lafferty, just Sean, straight up Sean. We have Sean D and Sean.
Okay.
Ryan VGN Tech. I'll just call him Ryan.
That's what
Casey
we-
Duncan. I'm scrolling. KU Harris. Sorry if I messed that up. DL. And I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize.
All right.
I'll say this too, since we didn't have the link down below. If anyone wants to toss out the 3 episodes that are included in this and what order they go into, so if people at home want to just load up on YouTube, they could just watch those. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but
Pop in the
those run
VHS.
Those run at pulse speed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the one that we have here is the correct speed.
Yes.
That and the wraparound sequences, which Deucin and James did a video on a while back. That is on YouTube if you want to watch the wraparound sequences. And people have also posted like VHS rips of the greatest adventures of all wraparound sequences too. But I encourage you to go to James and Deucin because it's more polished and cleaned up. They did a wonderful job on that video.
And the reason that we are doing this tonight, I'll go ahead and pop this up, that James actually shared on his Facebook page earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
40 years to the day. Today is the day. 40 years ago.
Well, on this day, the live-action movie premiered.
Dushan is being a naughty sausage, as I like to say, because that photo has been. I've shared it for about the last 10 years now. Yeah, it must be about that. And people always, understandably, to a degree, confuse world premiere He-Man and the Master Universe with the premiere of the live-action movie, the 1987 movie. So.
Even though the live-action movie wasn't called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
I know, but yeah, it's just
no.
There's a lot of morons
Most
out
people
there.
don't know that.
I've seen people say that over the years. It's just one of those things that I've got tired of correcting people, and it's just like Or the other one I get is the black and white photo, which is the filmation people, Paul Cleveland from Mattel, and the actors and actresses, who performed on the day. People say, "Oh, those are the rotoscope actors." It's like, no, that's a different photo. These aren't the rotoscope actors. They didn't dress up as a complete Skeletor costume. But 40 years ago today.
Although the rotoscope actor for Skeletor did have a mask for some stock.
Yes, some stock. Yeah, that's correct, Skeletor. Yes, some stock in the skeleton.
Yeah.
40 years ago today, they closed down Hollywood Boulevard, and when did they? Yeah, I've got the the internal, or I guess external filmation. excuse me, promotional thing. It's called a fact sheet, oddly, but it says world. This is the thing. It says world premiere, a Hollywood premiere for children, set up for September the 24th at the Mann's Chinese Theatre in Hollywood. Feature-length presentation of 3 Masters of the Universe episodes combined into one. This is achieved by using the sorceress as our guide and narrator. And then it says, special appearances of real-life lookalikes of He-Man, Teela, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn. Hollywood costume designers and makeup artists have been hired for this event. So there you go. But I was saying to the guys off air, it kind of wasn't the world premiere because the UK had already had it on the 5th of September. So what you
Aren't you special?
Yeah, nobody cares about that. This is America, James. Come on.
We had it before you.
No, I thought it was
we got it.
But as I said to the guys off air as well, not only this is something I always forget, is that even though they closed down Hollywood Boulevard and had the big LA Hollywood premiere, they had regional premieres to be held in the following cities on the same day. So on the same day, I don't think they had as glamorous or as awe-inspiring presentation. They probably just showed them in cinemas, but it was they showed them in New York, Chicago, Washington, St. Louis, Houston, Philadelphia, Detroit, Boston, and Dallas. There you go. And it said 1,500 children are expected to attend that was the theatre. Special drawings for prizes, giveaways of collector edition posters. a Masters of the Universe hot air balloon, 80 feet high, will be moored in front of the theatre. So it makes you wonder how long they close the street for, because I know Hollywood Boulevard, and you close that fucker off, that's pretty crazy. So to be able to do that, Mattel, I'm guessing, were the ones that fronted that money. They must have put up a lot of money to close that street.
Yes.
I imagine a lot of movie premieres though do that kind of thing too, especially at
That's
the Man's
true.
Chinese Theater. That's kind of a common thing, at least back in the day.
Back in the day,
Not so much now. I would have loved to see what the lobby had looked like with like the freebies, like the giveaway stuff, like display cardboard standees and things like that. That would have been on display in the lobby when you go get your popcorn and candy. Like, are there, just stuff like this, things like these, like sitting around.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
I mean, not this exact
That's
thing,
so
but just kind of
cool.
like little novelty things like this,
That's
Yeah, I got it.
beautiful.
advertising the series and things like that.
I didn't see that before, Tyler. That's awesome.
You never seen
This
that?
is it's a
You didn't see it?
VHS. This was what they would sell in video stores and anywhere you could get the VHS tapes.
Mhm.
So,
So
like, see, this is
cool.
the price 20, and this is for the Magic Window. So this is the second batch of VHS tapes. So
That's so
and it's
cool.
got and you would hang it up in the store because it's the same image on the back. So,
Oh.
yeah, but yeah, it's,
Oh, no.
this
Yeah.
thing is I got it on eBay years ago. I think it's back before we had the podcast going, and yeah, I'm glad I bought it when I did because this thing's
Yeah.
really damn expensive now. Like,
I can imagine.
It looks like
Yes.
it's in good shape too.
yeah, it came brand new. It was still like it had not
Oh,
been
damn.
assembled or anything like
Well,
that. So
flat
I got
packed. Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah.
cool.
Oh,
I put it
that is
together and-
awesome.
I kind of run out of space to put it in a proper spot, so it just
I got
kind
a
of sits.
spot.
Dude, I would just
I'm sure that you do, and
No,
I'll probably
I-
get stomped on.
no, I was gonna say why not?
I got a spot right up here.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I
just
found
give
the
it to
spot right
Ren.
over here. Yeah.
No, well, Tyler, why not just rig it up and hang it from the ceiling?
I mean, I really don't want to do that. Like, it's not really doesn't have like a hole like cut out like. Because I assumed it
looking
would
around,
have been
Joe.
hung up to spin around in the video store because like those old little cardboard things you've been hanging. Who said something about? Who insulted me? I know someone did.
No.
What?
I'm just laughing at the idea of like every time you're about to put that up, something bad happens to it. Like I'll just put this up and it just catches fire. In your hand.
Oh,
How
okay.
did that happen?
Oh,
Or
okay.
I'll just
Ren was insulting me or
attach it to
something
the
like
wall.
that.
And the wall
You know,
goes everywhere.
I saw Joe, the one-up king, looking around his room, and I was telling him to stop looking around. 'Cause I knew he was going to be like,
he was trying to find.
that's cool. That's cool, Tyler.
Yeah. No,
But
I
look
got
what I
this.
got.
yeah, Joe does that. He's like, oh wait,
Yeah.
we're having a pissing contest now. Oh,
I don't know
God
why
forbid any
my
of us
Joe
have
voice
something
sounds like
unique.
looking.
Like Rebecca has something unique. Well, Joe's like, well, fuck you then. I got House Shakota VHS. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Oh man,
You know?
I thought you were
You
gonna pull out Scoliosis He-Man.
Oh, I can.
Come on.
Yeah,
God.
I got scoliosis He-Man, Joe.
Oh,
What do you think
no.
about that? You
He's
don't have
always
that.
so close to you.
Well, he said somewhere here with my Adventures figures.
God,
So
you should
that's
give
why
it
he's
all
right
those
there.
Guys.
It's
One day
something
I'll have you do a commission for a new T-shirt with nothing but New Adventures characters. You'll love it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll make them look amazing.
Well, you'll make especially the villains. Like, can we have you like draw like Karate and Who? That'd be awesome. Quake. Yeah.
Just try not to give me that bucktooth Skeletor. That
No,
dude
there's
is
no-
a disgrace.
Nah, there will be no Bucktooth Skeletor.
Good.
Nah.
Well,
Nothing
since this is a whole whopping 1 hour and 6 minutes long, let's go ahead.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, let's get it rolling here.
1 hour.
Everybody got it loaded up because I know when you guys hit play on it, it'll probably take a second to load with the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does take a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
I let mine pre.
Yeah.
Buffer.
I just got
That's
that.
a word.
I'm guessing because you got the same version I have. You get the test card as well.
Yeah.
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 cool.
So it'll be the test card, and then we'll have like a blank screen for a few seconds, and then
Yeah.
it'll start up.
When are we going?
All right, we can go whenever you're ready.
All right. Yeah. We'll
Okay.
wait until everybody's got it loaded up, and then we'll give the
Mhm,
countdown.
all set.
All right. All right.
Skeletor?
Just do a 3, 2, 1 or whatever.
Well, we
All right.
should let Skeletor do the.
Oh, why not?
countdown.
Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Yeah. You do the 3, 2, 1 play, Deucin.
3, 2. Stop laughing.
It's just really awesome now.
Yeah, it is. It's so cool.
So we can tell
You've
when you're
outdone
actually
yourself.
speaking. I can
Do-
actually see something move on your end. So that's
Indeed.
So do we
great.
press on go or do we press on 3?
3, 2,
No,
1, go.
play. Yeah, it'll be
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
play.
play. All right.
What is this
Skeleton.
fucking lethal weapon? Do we go on one or is it after one? Jesus Christ.
Silence.
Right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, that was so funny.
Gotta turn that down on my end. Yeah, I like how it says there August 4th, 83 is in the bottom corner of that.
Oh,
Then you
How
get-
many times I gotta hit play?
Well,
Is it
Joe's
black?
already behind.
Yep.
Okay, no, okay.
I mean, it's whatever. It'll
Yeah.
it'll be off anyway. It'll
The
be
test card's going to kick in around about, I guess. Oh, when does the test card kick in? Is it the minute
I
mark?
know it's all black.
Yeah, it'll trick you. You think it's off. It took me like
There you
4
go.
times to watch.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
God.
Space.
I'm gonna have to watch this like tomorrow, like before I go work out. Like just sit and watch, like listen to the because this, as we're watching,
voice
this is
is
by far
amazing.
like this is the best it's ever sounded. This sounds amazing.
By the way, that asteroid that you just saw was from Flash Gordon.
Oh, that's
that's
so
right.
cool. Now, Ren, I take it you've never seen this, Ren?
No, I have not.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Yeah, he's in for a treat. Yeah, because this is how I was introduced to He-Man in animated form was this VHS.
Oh, that's
So
so
this
cool.
never
Yeah.
aired,
That's a perfect introduction, really.
or it aired in
It
part?
is. It was just a release in theaters for that brief time, and then on VHS.
Gotcha.
It was not a televised special or anything like that.
Well,
Okay.
I'll come back to that in a second. Because you know I got to.
Oh, of course. But yeah, I rented this from a Beyond Video, and it taught me everything about He-Man. At least this was everything to me, and I would just rent the shit out of this VHS over and over again. I just love this music and her narration here in the window.
Oof.
See
I
that
mean,
badass.
portal effect. To this day, I can't figure it out how they did it. It's a Moir
Oh,
pattern
it's
effect,
beautiful.
but it's hard to tell what kind of drawings they put on top of each other to produce that effect.
Yeah, so in the script for this, here I come. It says that at the very end of this, like when the credits are rolling, it says more Adventures of He-Man and the Master Universe will be coming your way soon on television Monday through Friday. So they did have some sort of recorded announcements. Whether that was for a TV or whether that was for the theatre version, I don't know. And something I only picked up in the script today is the reason you don't see Skeletor in his usual place, because obviously they swap Beastman and Merman around when they do the evil forces of Skeletor.
Mm-hmm.
Is the first thing you notice is like, oh, Beastman and Merman are back to front. But the reason you don't see, yeah, there we go. So they swap those two. But the reason you don't see Skeletor is that originally they were going to have him laugh, and then it frees, and then we're in the window of spirit straight away. So that's why it cuts to this. That was where it was supposed to go straight into. So I was like, oh, it's rather fascinating.
I always just thought like, well, we're going to start off like with showing Skeletor, like, so why like repeat the visual again? At least that was my thought when I was a kid.
I mean, that's probably what they did there in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah. I always love this shot though of the silhouette
too.
walking past. That is so good, and the points you see in the silhouette, her hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
there's
have
a
any
bit-
cells of those, James? Or have you ever seen
Yeah.
cells of these pieces?
I've seen the backgrounds for these pieces. I saw. Well, there's,
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you something at the end. But there was a deleted piece of dialogue here where she says, "Oh God," as he tries to struggle to find it. Oh, it is here that he and his warriors hatched their plots to defeat He-Man and claim the powers of Castle Grayskull for themselves. So there you go.
Shit.
Yeah, they took out lines. So here we are
God,
with
that's fascinating.
Skeletor and Diamond Red Disappearance. I mean,
This is
it's-
Beefin at his best too. This kind of like savage, like growl, like he's just growling a lot.
Well, it's
That dude's
so
got
funny.
emphysema.
when I was rewatching this episode recently, for like the video I did, the 40th anniversary, and I was like, bloody hell, this is such a good episode in terms of mood and everything. It just it really sets the tone. I mean, you know, I always criticize it lovingly as like a wicked toy advert because it essentially,
which I find insulting.
No, but essentially that's what it's there to do. It's like we're going to promote all these characters, but technically that's what you have to do in an introductory episode. What are we going to do? Not introduce them? It's just if they'd done the same with the heroes, it would have been a bit weird to like name drop them.
But look, it looks cooler with the villains being introduced. And to me, this is what made this episode so much more fascinating as a kid was this introduction to all of them.
Yeah. Oh, one of I remember like Dushan's first kind of visual, what do you want to call it, filmation things he sent me was he recreated a deleted scene from the Evil Lyn thing because originally she is attacking a Viking warrior and his son with like rocks.
With rocks, yeah.
Yeah, with rocks. And like Dushan like illustrated that and he took the Viking character models from Tarzan, an episode of Tarzan, wasn't it? Yeah, and I was just like, oh man, if only we could animate a new He-Man episode. And then we spent 3.5 years of our life doing that.
What, is this something that you had done and just sent to James for him to view?
Just like images. Yeah, just images.
Well, why haven't you sent that to me?
I didn't know you at the time.
That's true, you didn't know you.
But you knew I liked this guy. Oh my god. Dude, you have to send me this stuff.
I didn't know you at the time.
But how long have you known me on this podcast? Then we brought you on the podcast. I'm just now finding out about this. Oh my god. I'm a bologna sandwich to this guy.
with mustard. Disgusting.
Someone in my I did an episode commentary for this I put online just over a week ago, and someone said, oh, I love this episode. And this is no disrespect to the person who said it because I think many people have made this mistake, but said, I love this episode because Panthro's in it. And I was like, oh, I love the idea of Panthro just being called Panthro. It's so close,
like
though. It's so close.
Merman's not a bitch in this episode. Like
no.
He's not the
no one is. They're all
in the show.
In the
they're
music,
all more bumbling. But he's like, well, we won't get there. Yeah, he's like, demand it. And he's like, all right.
I do love this song, and I always go on about the little lizard who just vanished forever.
Yeah,
and it's like I just.
Which I used to wonder about him too.
Yeah, just like what happened to him?
I wondered about him.
Yeah, his own spin-off series.
Can we really quickly too, because we touched on it before we got going with this, with the speed and how this is the correct speed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's
you
guys talk about that a little bit.
I slowed it down.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I just always think of like the BCI release on the DVDs. All the painting speeds were like just sped the fuck up. I'm like, oh my god, like they just botched every episode.
That drastic, but it's like.
Well, it was to me just because I'm like, what is this?
At the same time, it's like it's so easy to adjust. And yet they just went
I think that was the funniest thing for me was that, you know, when the internet came along and I started listening to audio clips, because that's all you had back in 95, I was like, wow, for some reason people's audio capturing technology is like really slow, so everybody sounds slow or slower.
Everyone sounds like drugged.
Yeah, and then I started getting tapes from America and I was like, oh, I think I've been watching He-Man wrong all my life. You know, for at that point, 12 years or something in 95.
Yes, but so it's still superior.
That's what you get for getting it first.
that was the punishment, yeah. But yeah, it's funny. Like then I spent years and years after that, every time like making sure that everything out into the world was at NTSC speed, and then I'll never forget sitting down to record the DVD commentary for Diamond Red Disappearance. It's the first time anyone had seen the digital versions like restored. And I sat down, I was like, oh yeah, can you play it? And they started playing it and I just went like, and they're like, what's wrong? And I was like, it's at PAL speed. And obviously they're like the DVD producer, so they're not too fast. They're like, oh, is that okay? And I was like, Yeah, I guess because they're not going to go.
What,
and
you told
change
him it was okay?
This is
No,
all
no,
your
it's-
fault.
You're part of the
monster.
problem? Oh my
Yeah.
God! Any more
Your
bombshells you want to
fault.
drop tonight?
They weren't going to.
God,
They were
you're
not-
the reason
Tyler's
King
life.
Grayskull is an idea.
Hey, look, Tyler, the
Wait,
transformation sequence coming up.
no, James just
God.
James removes his face and he's Scott Nylick this whole time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're the Scooby Doo crew. I
Oh,
would have
gee,
gotten
I
away with
wonder.
it for you damn podcasters.
I wonder which one I'm gonna be.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder.
Rocky
There's
Dennis.
something about just watching this in that VHS quality. I mean,
Oh
we
my
say
God.
it every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
that we do this,
No.
but there's just something about it.
It is. That's why I had mine transferred. My VHS transferred to DVD. Just watching that grainy quality with the original sound and
Yep.
Original
panning speed.
Like
And
I
you-
almost
you
prefer
you
it
get-
as opposed
Yeah.
to like a Blu-ray.
Well, they're all better.
like,
I
See,
just, you know,
there's a thing. There's a simple thing about this is that there's less color botching than there are in Hallmark's transfers
yeah.
because they did those in late 90s, so the technology wasn't all that great yet, and they did it blindly.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Oh, sorry, Juicy. I'm fucking scared.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. I was looking at it earlier and smiling because it's just. I'm glad he did it. That's awesome.
Because Deuce talks so fast, and the mouth is just fucking going.
Yeah, it responds pretty well.
Yeah, it's true.
right.
It works really, really good. Yeah, that's
That's synced up surprisingly well.
Yeah.
Next week we're going to do a live He-Man episode.
Oh, it'd be
That'd be-
awesome.
Oh, just incidentally, if anyone cares, Tom Teller-Hours was the one who did the layout for all the sequence, all the kind of staging, and Teela running into shot, Trapjaw doing the bite, all that kind of the visual staging to it. Even like the He-Man armbend that's coming up, that was all Tom T as a layout artist, which oddly he wasn't credited for because he was just a storyboard artist. But it was that wonderful thing of filmation of everybody chipping in at different times to do different things.
Now tell people
I love
who
that.
came up with the look of Eternia.
Oh, who came up with the look of Eternia?
Yeah.
Bruce Zick? We're going to go with Bruce Zick?
Yes.
Yeah, Bruce Zick, who I remember reading Thor comics in the mid-90s, and he took over as the artist. And obviously I didn't know that he'd worked on He-Man and a bunch of cartoons in the 80s, and I couldn't stand his artwork on Thor. He took over from Ron Frenz and Joe Sinner. If anybody remembers that run in like the late 80s, early 90s, it's like a wicked Thor run. And then Bruce Zick comes in, and his drawings just did not work. But about a year or two ago, some artwork was on sale, and Dushan was just like, oh, and I was like, Bruce Zick, and it was all kind of this landscape you see, like this thing. There was images of, if you can imagine like a rock structure, but it looked like a hand holding a gun, but it wasn't that obvious. It was just structured like that. So real, and that's something Rob Lamb said years ago. I remember one of the earliest conversations I had with Rob Lamb. He said when it came to designing the worlds of Eternia and Etheria, you basically take an object like a bush or a tree and then just go, well, how's that going to look in a very alien way? And then you try and create that visual narrative across that whole world. I was just like, that's really fascinating. But yeah, Eternia is like just such a wonderful kind of magical world. That's what's so beautiful about this special is you get those opening shots and Robbie London's writing and the sorcerers and Linda Gary's delivery of that dialogue. You're like, wow, this is like one of the best places for a cartoon to take place ever.
It adds so much more scale, I think, and scope to the series. And I remember getting so nervous during this sequence when I was a kid. I said, like, "Oh my God, they're in the castle. They're in the royal palace. Oh my God."
Oh, at least here we get to see the deleted scene.
Yeah, and that's something which Ren, I'm sure he's probably not even aware of. Which I'm gonna assume Rebecca knows what we're talking about, and Joe.
The tire tracks from the bus. You're throwing me under.
Yeah.
There was one thing when James was kind of talking just now. I almost like Tyler's he looks like a little kid right now in the way that he's watching it. He seems very focused.
That's a great special.
Yeah.
Tyler loves this. I don't blame him.
Oh, I believe me. I used to irritate the shit out of my parents because I wanted to rent this every damn Saturday, and they used to fight me on all of them. Let me rent my damn He-Man tape. I'm not bothering anybody.
What were they wanting you to rent instead? Like
Anything but He-Man. It just, my dad came home with fucking Lord of the Rings one time. What the hell is this shit?
The Ralph Bakshi one?
Yes, I was
I
like, no,
assume.
I'm not watching it. I told you to rent me He-Man, and he didn't do it.
You're a mean kid.
Well, I really didn't say not
No.
that.
Well, I guess you didn't ask
I-
for much. You just wanted a fucking He-Man.
I wanted a He-Man tape, and he didn't want to take me to the video store that one day, so he came back with Lord of the Rings. Like, great.
I mean,
I didn't watch
I
it.
get
But
it
it
to a
was
degree
good.
because when kids do watch things repeatedly over and over and over again, I guess as a parent that would become kind of annoying.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, because my dad would quote Granomir. He could hear the like he would just mock He-Man all the time. Like, just
Oh, man.
it's like, leave me alone, people.
I like your dad already.
Of course you do. I mean, he would even this. He would quote, "Oh, Bakul." He would just try to do his merman impression by saying Bakul. It just shows you how many times I rented this tape, and he would give me shit about it, but he knew I loved He-Man, and they all thought I would grow out of it, and I showed them.
That is a great story, Tyler.
Yeah, thank you.
I said I grew into it.
I also really
Yeah.
envy you for this being your first introduction to He-Man.
It was. I don't remember the day or when I picked it up. I just remember watching this, and it introduced me to Orko, Triclops, everybody, and I was, oh my god, I want to figure him. I gotta have that figure. And this would have been like around early '87, probably when I got into He-Man. Just as it was, Joe and James were moving on, playing with other stuff. They got to stop playing
wieners.
with it.
Playing with the
Yeah.
wieners.
They were the wieners. They just play their damn video games and stuff. Well, I'm too old for this.
So you got into it like right before the movie came out then.
Yeah. And I didn't see the movie till '88.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I would rent the movie from the same place I rented this too. And yes, it probably would have been like late or early '88 or just whenever it came out on VHS, because as we all know, the live action came out in August. So
did you notice that I restored the line?
Oh, did
I
you put the
can't-
line back in?
I was wondering if you did, because I had my
got this-
sound all the way
I'm
down.
watching this on. I'm watching this on Muse because I know the
Yeah.
I
episode
told
inside
you and I
out.
did it.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
You gotta pay attention, James.
sorry.
James,
Sorry.
Yeah, that's why tomorrow I'm gonna sit and rewatch like all of this, like on my own with the sound cranked all the way up.
Yeah, Tyler, I've been meaning to tell you, man. I'm like, go to Walmart and spend the $50, get you like a decent sized flash drive. I got some goodies for you.
Okay, well I can do that.
So you got goodies for everybody, right? So I'm gonna send you a flash drive.
Okay, I can do that.
But you got to watch this stuff. Don't be like Joe and say, "Oh well, I had to
Man,
play with my
listen,
wiener for a while. I just didn't have time."
I'll never play myself.
Bought Joe the
Bought
G.I.
you like
Joe
Joe.
movie. Still hasn't watched it. Bought him the complete series on DVD. Still hasn't
Look
watched
at him.
He's
Look at him
watched one
thinking of a
episode,
lie.
and that's it.
Hey, why did you buy him on the DVD when those have wrong animation?
it.
You wasted
It
money.
doesn't matter. He's not
He
gonna
wouldn't
watch
know
it.
that.
I'll actually, Deuce and I will give you the precise date that I ordered that stuff, because I ordered it on Amazon. Let's see, it was last year. I know that for certain, I think.
It doesn't matter because they're all affected. That's
Well,
the problem. Like, there's not a single correct DVD release for G.I. Joe because
There's not, is there?
it
It's really
would cost
depressing.
money.
Yeah.
here we go. Oddly enough, September 30th, 2022, I bought Joe the complete series on DVD and the movie.
Wow.
Almost a year ago. How cool is that?
Aw.
I said I wanted to celebrate the 1 year anniversary by watching a year from then,
Hey,
so I'll be
that's
watching
good,
on the
yeah.
30th. I will. I'll watch it on the
Sure.
30th.
Great
You
cover.
lost so
I used to get so
bad.
pumped when He-Man would be revealed there. Oh my god!
Yeah, that was
And
badass.
Skeletor Panther looked so pissed. Oh god, it's so fucking.
The
cool.
line art for that Skeletor looks much better.
Yeah.
James
Yeah.
used to own that piece.
Oh,
I did.
man.
Yeah.
Then he had to put it on eBay.
I had to sell everything.
Instead of just
First
give
he-
it to someone who would appreciate it. He's got to make some goddamn money.
James said, "I gotta eat."
I got to eat.
What?
I got British
Come on,
bills to pay.
Tyler. Do you want James to live like Joe and squalor? Come on, man.
No, but you know
Exactly.
what? I mean, every few hours, James comes out with, "Well, I got another lot of all kinds of great, cell art and this and that. Go buy. And it's like he doesn't want to donate shit.
You wait.
I
you
got a
wait till,
museum here. I'd be more than happy to, put up some of his wall pieces. But it's like, no, fuck you.
You are not needy enough.
There was Stratos there, Joe's favorite character.
Yeah, nobody cares.
The only time he ever did anything, worthless fuck.
He's worth $1,000.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. 1,100.
And
Yeah.
Paul.
That's true. That's true. Current bid.
All right, you ever see He-Man knock the fuck out of Triclops here in a moment? This moment here is what made me feel like Triclops was like the ultimate badass because he could go toe to toe in like hand to hand combat with He-Man. I used to get so pumped, like wait for him to knock the fuck out of Triclops here as a kid.
I mean, people see it every week, when we do Fans of Power, they see it in the intro.
That's true.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I had to make sure that was put in there. So thank you, Rebecca, for making sure you.
Also, guess who owned the layout art for that scene?
I'm gonna say Joe. I'm gonna say Joe.
No, I
Amato.
still own that. I still own that.
No, it was Ren McKenzie. Ren McKenzie.
Yeah. Ren owned it. He trashed it.
Yeah, he drew on it. Had to put.
Yeah, I made it a mouse pad.
Oh.
After his son drew on it.
Yeah,
With a
old
crayon.
Photoshop, I was just drawing on it with the mouse.
And then he
Laser
sent it to
jacked
Joe,
it up.
and Joe just stamped all over it.
Yeah.
Which sounds way dirtier than it has any right.
Yeah.
I still can't trace this monster roar. I have no idea where it was used
Oh,
for
that
the first time.
Yeah.
That echoey monster roar. It's so. It sounds so cool, but there's not a single. It's like it started debuting in like late 70s, but there's no like concrete origin. It's so weird.
Oh, yes.
Can we at some point all watch Return of Faker together and have the two of you talk about all the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into
That
it?
would be awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want us to get sued?
I'm not gonna
He's
like.
got plenty of money from all those eBay auctions he's got up.
Would we be allowed to at least like share scenes of it as you're watching it? Even if it's not the
I'm
whole
not gonna be
thing?
dumb enough to show anything on
No.
screen.
I'd be very wary because when I used to have clips up on YouTube. They took them all down.
Yeah,
On
I remember
Instagram too.
Yeah.
On Instagram as well.
Oh yeah, they shut all the videos of my Instagram account. That background there of Castle Grayskull and behind He-Man, where he's doing the upshot trying to break. That's the only time outside of the transformation sequence you see that one, because it's the one with the same ground as you see in the transformation sequence, which is almost like it doesn't have a ground. It's really weird. I remember I was like, oh, that's odd.
Also, the rare time He-Man is in perspective with Grayskull.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Now, Ren, you do. Does this shot, Ren, make any sense to you?
That one,
like
yeah.
Skeletor holding the axe up?
Yep. Looks good.
All right, my audio is all screwed up.
We'll see it again.
I can't hear shit.
You can't hear anything?
Can you hear us?
I can now.
Yo, Bob.
Sometimes it comes and goes. Now it's all choppy.
Oh man.
Bobby.
What was that? Here.
It makes it greater since you have your Skeletor avatar.
So you missed it when James promised to give you his pieces the one time. He said this is your one chance, and you didn't even hear it. Yeah. He just needed you to say yes, and you didn't hear it.
Well, I wouldn't think James would actually do that. I'm assuming James would already have it in the mail tomorrow.
Oh, I see.
He wouldn't.
No.
Yeah, you just expect James to just pay that expensive postage to send it to you all the way here.
Hey, my taxes pay for his YouTube channel, so
Tyler.
it's the least he could do for me.
Wait. Yeah, okay.
That's a fair point. Here's the sorceress talking about the next episode. Oh no, she's talking about the allies of He-Man.
Allies of He-Man.
So Tyler, I guess when you fill out your taxes this next year, you're going to list James as a dependent, right?
Absolutely. Boston Tunes is my only dependent.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So said, that's my baby girl.
God, I would have loved to see what the wraparound sequence for Dawn of Dragoon would have been.
So, what it was...
how about that?
Yeah, it's almost like we had a conversation prior to going on it. So yeah, prior to for those that don't know, the 3 episodes originally to be on this were Diamond Rail Disappearance, Dawn of Dragoon,
Greatest Show on Eternia.
Yeah, imagine that. And oh no, hang on a second, I forgot.
Wasn't Song of Soleil supposed to be on here too?
And there was supposed to be 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, it's
Teela's Quest
is on here. Here we go. So right, let's try and get this in order. I'm reading the script as I do this. So Diamond Ray of Disappearance, and then so the sorcerer says, as you can see, He-Man has many friends and allies in his struggle against evil. Each of them has special talents and abilities, but there is no one quite like Orko, the tiny magician. The tiny magician from another astral plane. Orko has had many adventures at He-Man's side, but his proudest moment came the day he was summoned back to his homeland by a most interesting visitor, Dawn of Dragoon. And then at the end of that episode, we'll talk about that afterwards, because now we're in Teela's Quest, and one of the best opening 5 minutes of an episode where it's like
absolutely
just characters talking. I love it. It's just a toy advert. It's just a toy
Britain is so sick. You're so dumb. It's so backwards.
It's just like, all the toys are advertising it.
John Kay is right. Never mind that he's a pedophile.
Yeah, what? It's true. He's not wrong, John Christopher. So Queen Marlena, not a toy. Prince Adam, technically not a toy. Cringer, technically not a toy. Teela's a toy. But yeah, it's just that they're just focusing on characters here. That's all they're doing. It's just characters. Who's having a fit? Is that Tyler?
Yeah, that's Tyler.
That man, baby.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite deliveries. And where were you this afternoon?
You confirmed it.
Well, I assume I just assumed Skeleton would be calling me the man.
Tyler had that moment when you're in a crowd of strangers and you just randomly say, "Hey, asshole," and wait to see who turns around.
It was me.
Turned around like fucking right.
Also, Prince Adam wasn't a toy at this time.
No, Prince Adam. No.
Neither was the sorceress. Yeah.
And there was no place at Eternos.
There was no Eternos. I always love that giant vehicle in the background of Man-at-Arms, like Lab, because you see the laboratory and all its kind of glory, and you're like, what is that giant, massive vehicle in the background?
Did you make a toy out of it?
With a toy, make a toy.
Why was with plastic?
I love toys.
Plastic.
They made it. Imagine if they made a toy of Orko. I'm surprised they haven't made a toy of Orko's little music box. To be honest,
no, you would get arrested if you buy one.
Why?
Why? It's a bomb.
Oh, he's right. It is a bomb. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And not like the 90s.
I always like the music, like Orko's music. I always like this music.
I love Orko's music. That's my ringtone right now.
Yeah. Oh, is it? That's so cool. That's awesome.
So cool. Yeah, it's replaced the Cosmic Key.
Oh, wow.
He's still a terrorist.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that we should raise money for Joe so he can get a 3D printer and he can make his own, print his own to sell. Yeah.
No.
You expect that caveman to be able to use a 3D printer?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Good point.
That's true, yeah. I mean, Joe, that probably wouldn't. I mean, even without a 3D printer, you could probably finagle a way to make your own Orko's box, right?
Yeah.
You could probably mold something pretty. That seems pretty.
Joe,
easy
Joe,
enough.
have you ever made like? Is it you who's made? Have you done the imp box? You know, imp when he turns into a box. You've done that before?
Yeah, you remember I did all the forms of imp,
That's
including
right,
the
there you
woodland, even the woodland creature. It was the only one
Yeah,
that
the
was
little-
brown. But yeah, I've made all the blue ones, and I know you said you had some cells of versions that weren't
it's like
even
little-
shown or
Yeah,
art
little
or
model
something.
sheets of it's like
And
a
Tyler,
few
you
random
can't
ones.
have any of them.
I don't give a shit.
I'm sure
He's
they were in
over
the.
it now.
I'm sure it was in the book. I don't know.
I'm in the zone
was-
right now.
Yeah, I going back to that, like he's gone back in time.
I mean, I have no sound. I have all this memorized, like dialogue.
Oh yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like I
course you
said,
do.
when I was in high school, I wrote down the Sorcerer's open narration for this VHS tape from memory because I was so worried it would never ever get released or I would never see it again. So I just wrote it down on notebook paper, everything she said from memory. I wasn't listening, just would write it down because I was so obsessed with this
So
tape.
if you memorize those dialogue, let's hear it. Do it.
Well, we're doing. I'm not gonna go back and like
Do it.
not
No,
right now
you-
when we're trying to do a
you
live.
said-
We're
you
doing
said
commentary
you
for Tila's
memorized
Quest.
all
I
dialogue.
did memorize all the dialogue,
Do it.
but I'm
do
not
it.
going to spoil
Do it.
our commentary for Tila's Quest.
Do
If
it.
you wanted me to
Do
do
it.
a live commentary, we should have done it at the beginning of the
Well,
episode.
it's a
Oh,
watch
yeah.
party. It's not a
Do it.
commentary. It's a
Do it.
watch party. We're just
Do it.
watching
But we're
together. We're
doing
hanging out.
commentary here.
Give us the quote.
I'm not giving you shit. I'm not giving you shit.
How about you?
Oh, all right,
you do it after.
bonehead.
Tila.
Do it after we're done. with this.
All
How about
right,
that?
all right.
We'll hold you to it.
He didn't memorize shit.
Deucen's he's intimidated by my mental genius here that I can harness this great power that I've got.
So let's Deucen, we'll timestamp this. You take this clip and then edit in last week when he was going to do the intro and he stammered all over his words and couldn't get it out. Do that.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the facts again because I'm boring like that. But
go for it.
Because I'm bored.
That's why you're here, James.
no, I said because I'm boring like that. Not 'cause I'm bored.
Yeah, James.
That's what
He's
I'm
like,
saying. Like,
he's
I'm
nodding
bored.
off. He's like, yeah, man, fuck this. Time to tell some facts. I guess.
Yeah, come on, what is this? Plus, if I watch a He-Man episode without saying a fact every 10 minutes, I start to get slightly jittery. But yeah, a lot of the layout artwork for this episode was done by Bruce Timm, the Bruce Timm. So yeah, if you ever see,
You mean the guy that's kind of ashamed that he was involved with some of this sometimes?
yeah, I mean this is written by the guy who's ashamed he worked on He-Man. It's layout by the guy who was ashamed he worked on He-Man. So yeah, a real.
I mean,
I think
they're not as bad as some other people.
No, that's true. That's true.
Again, there's that pedophile.
There's so many of them.
No, thankfully there's only one.
There's only one. You can't say anything on air because it's
Yeah.
Hey, it's a public knowledge. John Kay is a pedophile.
That's true. It is true. I mean, there was a documentary where they're making a documentary about John Kricfalusi, and then it's like, oh.
If it is already out there, but I'll say this again when it comes to just watching it in this quality. This does take me back to that specific memory of when Tyler and I were establishing our friendship in high school, and he was so afraid that I was going to see his Master Universe collection.
Oh.
And when I finally saw it, I'm like, oh, hey, I remember that. I remember that.
Is that why he took you to the beach at first? To ease you in?
What?
No, he's talking about that photo of us at the beach. No, which I
No,
don't
that
have.
was years afterwards.
Yeah, that was years after. I don't have it
Come
on
on, little
StreamYard
buddy.
anymore. To
I wouldn't pick
show
up
you
a
in
weight
my room.
from like 5 or 10 years after that.
but
Don't worry about it. We'll go to the beach and take our shirts off.
yeah,
Then we'll do-
I guess
we'll
Ren
do
thinks we're men on
shit
film in
first
living color.
To my
Yeah.
room.
that's exactly how it went down, though.
Don't worry
Oh,
about
so
it.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Precisely. Much like Tyler, how he's going to recite the dialogue from earlier. That's exactly how that went down. So Ren must have been there too, not pictured in the photo.
Yeah, wishing he was all lathered up in oil.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But it reminds me of when Tyler got all the episodes on VHS. And
my dad got me a bootleg set from a website that was selling everything, and they had this on VHS along with Skeletor's Revenge, that special, and all the VHSs that were released, and all the televised episodes, all in one like VHS set for like $120, I think.
Man, which is at that time that amount of tapes.
It was. I think it was. It was 10. I think 10 or 11 tapes. I think.
So
I used to. Back in the day, like when I was doing the episode review website, eventually when I got the whole series on VHS, people would pay me to do the whole series from. So I would have to record, like tape to tape, the entire all 223 episodes of He-Man and She-Ra. I would literally just put it on, press play and record, play, and just kind of just sit there like doing other things. Yes, Skeletor.
That's piracy. That's illegal.
I know.
But I told Tyler, I'm like, dude, I have 2 VCRs, bring the tapes over. I had some blank tapes, and it was essentially just consecutive weekends in a row. He would come and hang out. We would play video games all night, and then the tapes are just rolling for hours.
All night,
We're all criminals.
Well,
we're rebels. What can I say?
Good.
We're bad boys.
Oh, Vincent Price.
Now I wish I had the picture of us at the beach so I could pop it up when you're like, we're bad boys.
Yeah.
So Vincent Price.
Yeah, Vincent Price. Yeah.
Indeed.
All right.
I can hear someone's audio in the background, and I'm like, "Oh, that's synced up." I just heard.
Who is it? Is it Ren's?
Don't worry about it.
You need to turn that shit down, man.
No, it's fine. No one's going to pick it up. I'm only picking it up for mine.
Oh, yeah, we're bad boys.
Oh, there you go.
Come on to my room.
Ren's off camera going, I can see up your show.
Oh my God. Won't you come over here? I love your brother
dance, baby. Oh. My name's Ren. I like to draw people. He's wearing like this little pink cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I want to draw you like one of your French girls.
I'm gonna trap Nathan like Tyler did.
Come on home, you little long-haired pussy.
I didn't have one back then.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, lay down, put them shades on.
Yeah, well, how did that go?
What the
for
fuck?
You,
yeah,
that's
how we should do
I
Joe.
don't like you anymore. We used to be friends, Nathan.
Imagine Joe and Ray had like a decent proposal moment. Like, I'll pay you $4 to go to bed with you.
And then Ren looks over and is just
yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny.
The lights are all out and it's still bright in the room.
Hey,
I want these fishmen. I need a set of these fishmen to go with my merman up here.
Yeah, those fishmen. Who designed them?
Oh, yeah, I only found that out the other month when I was at Tom Taranowitz' house, and he's like, I've got some sketches. And he pulled out one. And I was like, "Oh, you designed the Fishman," and he originally had them with like little horns.
Holy shit!
Yes, it's amazing.
Now, when we're going to share that little bit of information, James?
He just did.
Oh yeah,
just did. Yeah.
You know, we saw you face to face about a month ago. You could have said it then.
I did know it then. That's true.
You're too busy running around, disappearing.
I was disappearing quite a lot. Yes.
Yeah. Where the hell James go? And he just pops out of thin air.
He was living his life, man. He was excited to be in
he was hobnobbing and jet setting all over the place.
Yeah, he's all famous and shit. He had to go out and sign autographs and kiss babies.
I just signed kids' babies. That's great. Give me that baby. I'm gonna sign
Yeah.
No one was asking
Sign
him to.
baby,
He
the kid's
was just doing it.
Yeah, he's
They'll
just
just-
anything you get a hold of.
I just got a marker pen and just wrote across their head. Shut up, baby.
Here's when my dad used to give me shit. Oh, back hole. Shut up, Dad.
Oh, no. This has turned into like a therapy session for.
It is.
Oh dear.
God. Of course, he called my little brother Baby Man at Arms. So I thought, okay, that's cool. But
Yeah.
other than that, like, shut up.
It'd be cool if your little baby brother ran around with a helmet on.
A little
That's why
moustache.
I had to
as
try
well.
to vision. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, I was going to be He-Man. He wasn't going to be He-Man. I had to be He-Man.
Oh, you had to be man. Like, come here, put this bucket on your head. You're man at arms today.
Yeah.
Kids running in the shit because the bucket.
That'd be so good. Put this bucket on your head. Your man at arms.
Running into stuff. Nice. All of a sudden, he's Ram Man. Headbutt.
It'll be like that episode of Rugrats, the Bump-O-Matic Baby Bumper.
Yeah.
Obscure reference, I guess, for anyone that watched Rugrats.
Which I remember that. I remember that reference. Yeah. Joe's like, "What's a Rugrat?"
That spirit,
Yeah.
different artwork.
So fucking cool. God,
I know the Crimson Pearl.
I just love Merman in this episode.
I do too. This is definitely his definitive episode. Not Search for the VHO.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Well, no, James, you got a hard on for that episode.
Yeah, that's a great episode.
Bullshit.
It's not Merman's definitive episode though.
What are the episodes? What are the episodes again that James has rated notoriously low that everyone else?
Return of Orko's uncle. He told me it was flat the other day.
Oh, She Demon of Phantos.
Yeah, that's another one, asshole. He's full of shit.
I'm trying to think. I think Taken of Grayskull. I think I give
that
one up.
That one's it's okay. I mean, you know, it's like on the VHS, like Prince Adam No More, and that one over on VHS. And
we have this
episode.
from Papa Hood 69. Hold up, what's wrong with Search for the VHO, Tyler?
Oh,
it sucks. The Kraken's got a bird beak.
In fairness, Bacall here was supposed to be a giant kind of multi-tentacled because it's supposed to be Cthulhu inspired, and it's just a generic kind of monster.
No, it's not generic. It's based on Harry
Harryhausen.
Yeah,
I was about to ask that. Like, I was about to ask if it was reused from something, because it's very that whole scene was very Clash of the Titans.
Very much so. And yet he shows up in the Star Child.
There's the Kraken, and there's that earlier monster from. There's like a 1960s movies that has a very similar design that got updated.
Oh, was it the creature from? It was another Ray Harryhausen movie.
Yeah, it came from Beneath the Sea, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the giant. Movie. It's an octopus. I think it technically had like 7 tentacles instead of 8. I think.
Wait, hang on. Say that again.
No. There was a black and white one. I think it was Creature from 3000 Fathoms or something like that.
Oh yeah. Wasn't that like the dragon?
Google it.
He looked a lot like the Kraken from.
That dude's got a crazy nose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Well, I'm just gonna.
He sounds like Popeye.
You're a Popeye.
I've got the
even
beast
an evil
from
one before the saving.
20,000 fathoms.
Yeah,
20,000 fathoms.
That just looks like a lizard, though. Kind of
Yeah.
That's what Rebecca said. Though. He looks nothing like the Kraken.
Oh, what was the other one then? It came from.
Now
came from Beneath the Sea. The octopus.
I'm just mixing things up.
You don't know shit.
That's not that's not it. That's not it.
I'm showing everyone. Like as we're talking about it to get the.
I thought Rebecca knew her science fiction, like old fantasy film. Apparently, she just doesn't know anything.
Oh yeah, let's just clear this up now. Tila was not born from an egg in a nest.
Yeah, anyone who thinks that is a.
Said you say hatched, not born. Hatched.
How dare you? Yeah. How dare you destroy the mythos?
That's
Tila was hatched.
It's literally stated earlier.
I'm sure in season 2 of the Netflix series, they probably will show that.
He got no belly button.
Also, Look at Tila getting pissed off by the truth. Look at Tila getting pissed off by the truth. Yeah, because everyone hid truth from her, so now she's super pissed and wants to kill everyone.
Oh, see how she's not that way?
Which is the same thing she does in the Masterverse cartoon.
Oh my
God!
when
she finds out that Adam is He-Man.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I was trying to mute Ren, but
you didn't do it fast enough.
I know.
Quilton sucks.
Every time I get muted, I'm bringing that up.
Well, go back to the script here. I always love this final shot of He-Man and Battle Cat through the window of spirits. That's so cool
too.
Just like brr. What happens here? So
He-Man gets stabbed and is lying on the floor of the Grayskull.
Well, Tila's getting all PMSing.
Says so.
So now we go to Colossal Awakes, which wasn't in the original script, but it's hinted at because the sorcerer said, He-Man was true to his word and never betrayed the secret of Tila's past. He-Man's adventures take him all over Eternia, where he encounters everything, from a talking dragon to a towering creature of stone to a magical singer. A singer so powerful that there was a time when the fate of all Eternia rested in her hands, and my own fate as well. It all began here in the city of Turin. So that's where we end. That's where we go into Song of Solace.
God, it's so cool. I remember when you brought that up in that first book that you did about the first episode guide.
Yeah, the unofficial.
And I just thought that was so fascinating to know that those were also to be featured.
Yeah, it was. I remember like when I got the scripts, I was at the San Diego Comic-Con and I'd got all this paperwork from Robbie London. I was just like, I was going through all this stuff. You know, there was his proposed animated movie features, and I was just like, okay. And then I remember reading this, and I was just like, oh my god, this is like the original script for this.
That's so fucking cool.
Also, pay attention to how little stock animation is used in this episode.
Yes, it's all because for some reason they all looked at Bob Klein's layout artwork and were like, oh, he's like the best artist in the industry. Let's all just basically trace his key frames. So there's so very little stock in this episode. You get moments like Tila, obviously, but a lot of the animation that would become stock was born out of this episode. Hatched out of this episode.
That was actually going to be a question I was going to ask, is if all of this is stuff that wasn't stock at the time, I would assume they would take that to use multiple times.
They would go back kind of if it deemed worthy enough. There was so much good animation in this and like really good staging. I used to not really care for this episode. It wasn't until I started seeing how it was made in terms of the production artwork. I was like, this might be one of the kind of most original episodes of the series. Plus, Colossal's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I love his design, and the showdown inside the Collector always excited me as a kid. It just made me feel like there was so much going on in this episode.
I'll never forget, because obviously this was in the Panini sticker album, as the previous episodes were. But I remember that shot, the close-up of He-Man and Skeletor, the two stickers, and one was Skeletor and one was He-Man. He put them together, and it was just their close-up, and it just felt like so dramatic. And it does.
That's the most epic shot of the episode, is him trying to push him out of the Collector.
Yes, and Skeletor's line as well. It's like Skeletor knows what he's saying is the truth. He's like, you can't survive
a fall from this height, He-Man.
And it's like, I won't have to. It's so cool.
So fucking cool. And the Collector, I don't think is ever talked about much. I feel like I think fans like it, but I feel like the chair that Skeletor sits in the Collector here, like I love that chair. Like it's such a beautiful
chair's
design.
Awesome. Yeah. But this episode, it's something that's addressed in the storyboard. It goes back and forward so much. It is hilarious at times. It's just like, we're going here, we're going there, we're going here, we're going there, it jumps about so much. At the same time, it's what makes it really kind of gripping, because it does not let up for a second.
No.
Where are we now? We're at the Royal Palace. We've got stone statues coming to life. Ram Man and Stratos are about to turn up. And then it's like, right, now we're going here, and there's some poor farmer that's turned to stone. Then we're going here and here, and going over there.
By the way, so you see that stone lion?
Oh yeah, of course.
Tarzan, right?
James gave me the cells.
Don't say it, dude.
James gave us the cells for free. Whole sequence.
Yeah,
The whole sequence.
but Tyler, you see, like they've been friends way longer than they've even known you, and they worked on Return to Baker together.
I've known James since the Days of Episode Review website. Deucin was like a baby back then. Like he was drinking milk from a bottle.
Too.
Oh dear!
Just because I'm American or something? Is that what this has to do with?
No. I love Americans.
And there's a bored one.
Say something, Joe. Are you alive?
So, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, show us your skin. Look at that. It's a corpse.
Look, lizard skin. He wrapped himself in paper towels.
It's the Yeti.
Yeti.
The deck is stacked against Hulk Hogan.
That's me doing the Yeti.
That was a real botch. The guy actually said the deck has been stacked against Hogan.
Slip up, Nathan.
Yeah.
No, I did.
No, that was a real botch.
That was a real botch when they did it on TV.
Yeah, that was live. That was a live promo.
What kind of wrestling did you watch?
Okay.
It was WCW, man.
Yeah. Was it Halloween Havoc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just after he pushed the giant off the building.
Yeah, that was the
monster trucks.
Monster trucks.
Yeah.
It was like Cobo Hall or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone says it.
Yeah.
Tony tells a great story about shitting his pants on his podcast.
I love Orko being proud of himself. Like
I thought Rebecca was gonna be like, I love shitting my pants.
I was too.
You guys are talking about wrestling. I was zoned out. I'm just watching the episode now.
That's when Rebecca starts drooling.
Yeah. She's gonna look like Jack Nicholson at the end of One Flew at the
Yeah. Yeah. And John's gonna come in and put a pillow over her head.
Put her out of her misery.
Joe, any thoughts? You haven't said anything since I don't know, about 8:20.
What's that? Any thoughts about?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
No, I've just been watching it. That's all.
Oh,
I know. I've been getting sucked into the episodes too.
No, I think secretly Joe is starting to watch G.I. Joe episodes. He's not watching.
We're not that lucky. And don't drop the Energizer. Which I love that James pointed out. I think it was in, I forget which book, that this background was also used in House of Shakoti Part 1.
Oh, yeah, House of Shakoti Part 1. One for All, Origin of the Sorceress.
Oh, yeah, Origin of the Sorceress too, yeah.
Demon? Wasn't it also in Daemon the Demon?
No, I think the Daemon...
Oh, no, wait, yeah. There's a shot of it, like when they say the City of Eternals. It's in ruins. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I was trying to figure out if that was this background or they painted a new one, but you're right. They just
I'll bring it back.
Poured it from here.
Oh, finally, he's gone.
Well, it was going to kind of be a question for him as well, you know, for Tyler, James, Deucin, and Joe, because you guys, is that how you all sort of figured it out? I know James is kind of more of having the connections that you've had, obtaining the cells and everything. I feel like Tyler's point of view is he's just watched the episode so many fucking times. He's like, I recognize that background. I recognize that. That was reused there. Similar thing for you, or is it kind of just the inside baseball of hanging out with people that worked on the show?
Oh, no. I think my personal knowledge of everything, just because I watched this fucking show so many times. Okay. That's like, it doesn't, you know, knowing directors or, you know, animators and stuff doesn't help me in any way remember.
You can name drop some of them if you.
Oh, no. I just mean in terms of going, oh, that background was used there, and there. It's just, I think when you've watched the series as many times as some of us have, you just kind of, it becomes a part of your brain, and then, you know, technically useful information kind of gets out of the way, and then you're like, oh, okay.
It's like a mental illness.
It really is. That's why I always describe whenever I talk about He-Man, I say. Someone says, "Oh, what do you do?" And I say, "For my sins." I always start off with that, because it's like, it's like the most bizarre thing to say. Oh yeah, I worked on He-Man for 2 decades.
Man,
I see Korg. I see color codes everywhere.
Yeah, Doosan he sees color codes everywhere. Yeah.
Well, I mean that probably also stems from Return of Faker.
No, Doosan was way into the colors way before that.
It started with his book.
It's my fault.
That's when I started assembling the colors.
Well, I'll ask you this, Doosan. What kind of pulled you? Why did you gravitate towards that? Why were you so hell bent on
preservation?
Because at first I was using the comic book color chart to color the characters, but then came one certain character to color.
You're not going to say Voltac, are you?
No, the other character.
Who's the other character?
Plunder the spoiler. The comic book color chart didn't have a corresponding red, so I had to resort to assembling the colors, all because of that fucking rabbit.
and Joe, were you kind of in the similar boat as James and Tyler, where you've watched it and so many times that then you're starting to pick up on, this background was here and in this episode and in this episode, et cetera.
Maybe a little more of the thing with the voices, but my introduction, kind of like I said, it's different, watching them on TV and then catching the reruns and stuff. It's like that was the only way I watched. I never rented it. And Tyler, I know he rented and he would just watch it, a lot and memorize. And the same thing with James and Doosan and, all the stuff they did, they do to preserve the stuff. So I know that they would know that a lot more than me. Are there some things that I'll recognize? Like, oh yeah, but not to the level of those three right there, because once I was done watching on TV, I never rented it ever. I never had a desire.
Yeah.
By the way, that shot of him running toward the camera, so apparently there's a unused version where you see the entire figure running toward the screen.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Plus, there's the Man-at-Arms one, isn't there?
And James just happens to have the cells right now.
I don't have the cells.
No, but he does have...
They're up on eBay right now.
He has like a compilation of stock animations on paper.
That's so cool.
I need to get Ren to include Colossus in some sort of illustration. Have like Colossus or Dragoon, like a lot of these kind of one-shot characters, like, much like this here, to like these one-shot villains, just like this kind of collage of a lot of these unique characters that just have one episode or one moment.
By the way, much of the love animation also comes from Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
we gotta discuss the Flash Gordon series at some point. I do like to watch along on one of the episodes.
The animated movie. Let's watch that.
Yeah, that's what I know best is the animated movie.
Is that the one I watched?
I think you watched the first 2 episodes and you shit on it.
No, he watched the movie.
Yeah, I think it was the movie.
You watched the whole movie?
The origin. Yeah.
I thought you just watched like one episode or two.
No, I watched something.
Really? Okay. Like Joe.
Yeah, if you guys say check this out, I'm gonna try to check it out.
I do love that Ren, because that was when I asked Ren to watch Huntara, and I think what I thought was just like the first episode of like Flash Gordon. He loved Huntara. Like that was exciting to hear his response to that.
Yeah. And not only that, but speaking of Huntara, I was actually going to mention when James was on that time and we had that whole sequence that I could just like click through to show it.
Oh,
in
the
motion.
pencil, the flip.
Oh yeah.
There's a coloring error on
color error on the sorcerer's side.
Oh, lazy animation.
Deuce, why don't you go fix it? Why wasn't it fixed on this, Deuce? And come on,
give me money.
Who are you, Joe Amato?
Yes.
I was thinking that's like a weird thing about this episode is the sorceress gives him, like, she does the spell, for the fire jewels, and it creates this little device. He's never been aboard the Collector, and yet this device perfectly fits over the two controls. It's just like which is
she doesn't even tell him anything, and she just he just assumes things.
Yeah, there's a massive. I was going to say jump in logic, but then we are watching a giant stone statue walking towards an ancient castle, and a woman turned into a bird. So, yeah, I guess logic kind of leaves us behind a bit. But yeah, it's just when he's on the ship and he just pulls out the thing again. He's like, "Oh, I'm just going to pop this over these two controls," and they turn green. It's like, wait, how did that happen? But
because reasons.
Magic and sorcery, my friend.
Exactly.
You don't worry about the rest.
That's the thing, and we loves it. So yeah, here comes the fight scene. You like so much, Tyler.
I was always so pumped about this, like seeing Panther in action, Beastman.
It's that animation of Beastman doing the whip as well that they reuse in Evil.
And his quick little run, like when he runs at He-Man and throws the whip. Yeah.
The whip animation is lovely.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. And He-Man leaping onto it and then tearing into the God, so cool.
He looks amazing when he tears it. He's just like he's got
the wind
blowing
like his hair.
He looks like he's got a cocky smile on his face when he pulls it, rips into it. He's like, here I come.
Yeah. And Skeletor's like, take him.
It won't be that easy, Skeletor.
Fuck you, He-Man.
Seeing Panther's hissing and so cool.
Hey, did you say seeing Panther is pissing?
Yeah, he's pissing. He's pissing all over the place. He's scared to death of He-Man.
Here we go. Here's the
here we go. Yeah, this is the big epic moment here.
This confrontation, when I first saw it, I was just like, oh, it's so cool. It's just the shot of him pushing him. And the
intensity in Skeletor's face.
Yeah.
Sorcerer's almost killed He-Man.
Right.
Oh, yeah, because she distracts him.
This is bad timing.
Shut up, bird lady. There we go. Ta-da!
It's like a glove.
I love that. Out of my way.
He's like, oh, man.
I always love that though. He pushes Beastman away. He's like, get out of my way, Beast. And in the next shot, he's like holding him, going, "You're right, mate.
Yeah.
Okay." It's just such a wonderful.
He's like, I didn't mean that. Sorry.
So mean.
He's like, I'm sorry, man. Stay with me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. That was an overreaction.
I want a divorce.
I won't put this bucket on your head anymore, little brother. You don't have to run into the walls anymore. I still won't let you be He-Man, but you don't have to wear the bucket.
Yeah, to wear the bucket no more. Yeah, you graduated. You can be Orko now. I would always make my brother like be the bad guy anytime we reenact like a Van Damme movie or Willow. Like, no, you got to be General Kell. No, you got to be Tom Poe because I got to win.
All right, I have to ask now. When you guys are reenacting a Van Damme movie, how was that going down?
Oh, we pretend like I had my next door neighbor Sarah pretend like she's cutting like the cloth glass off my wrist, and my brother's coming over me like Tom Poe, like his little 5-year-old brother. Like I pretend I have to kick off to the side because I knew I wasn't going to do any like direct hits to my brother. I was like getting in trouble, so I had to do like all these kicks away from my brother.
Thought about it.
What?
I was
not. Did he sell it?
He sold it, yeah. And I would convince him. I would tell him like a director, "You're doing such a great job as the bad guy, Derek. I mean, that's why you got to be the bad guy all the time." I was like a B movie director, like trying to make sure he was always the bad guy.
I can see that.
Yeah. I had to be the hero. I had to get the girl, and I had to get the victory.
Was there that point that in that moment, like that age, that he was sort of looking up to you, or was he like, "You're full of shit"?
No, he would argue it a bit, but because he hadn't developed that persistent, like, no, I'm going to do it. I don't care if it irritates you or not. He hadn't gotten to that point where he would argue with me while I'm trying to drive the car, or something like that. But when he was young at a certain age, he would just go along with it, begrudgingly at times. And I would never I'd be Indiana Jones on a bicycle, and he'd pretend to be like the naked natives, like chasing after me with a spear, and going ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga booga. or I'm John Connor on a bike, and he'd be the T-1000 chasing after me in the backyard.
Now, was he trying to run like Robert Patrick? Or?
Not. I think kinda, but you know, that's the image I had in my mind. You know, I'm on the bike and he's chasing after me. Mainly as Indiana Jones, but Indy doesn't ride a bike being chased from natives. But that's what I was pretending he was doing.
Safe to say, Robert Patrick probably one of the best runners in cinematic history.
Hell yeah!
And nowadays he looks like a granny.
Yeah,
he does.
I mean, he's no Steven Seagal, you know.
No.
Let's pull Joe back into the conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure Robert Patrick would have been better in The Patriot.
He's pretty good in Peacemaker. I know you'll never watch it, so.
I was hoping to get a rise out of Joe over The Patriot, but he didn't get up and walk away.
Yeah, no.
It came out in '96. God damn it!
Joe's trying to figure out where we all at.
I think that was probably he's computing. He's like, where am I on the time? I'm not going to skim this for. I'll break everything.
And this ending we're coming up on is truly magical. I hated it as a kid because it was the end. I was like, no, I don't want it to be the end. But as an adult, it's just
then
really
buy more
so
tapes.
beautifully done.
Yeah, buy more tapes.
I'm sorry, if I had the money, I would have bought more. I would have had everything that I have right here when I was 5 years old.
Let me ask you this, Tyler, because your parents got annoyed that you wanted to rent these tapes every weekend. Now, when you were able to and you watched them, how many times did you watch them in the given rental period? Were you finishing and rewinding the tape immediately and watching it again?
No, I would go home immediately and sit down and watch it, like without hesitation. But I can't remember if I watched it more than once. I think sometimes I would, but I mean, it was always like there's nothing stopping me. I go home, I put in my He-Man tape for the weekend, and whatever video store we went to, whether it's King Video, Beyond Video, Blockbuster Video, and even into my teens, I was still renting these tapes, you know, and I would check video stores and through the '90s, and that was the only reason I would ever want to go into another video store was to see if they had He-Man tapes.
And your dad's just sitting there like, fuck, I thought he was going to grow out of it.
Yeah, and I'll never forget, when I was in 5th grade, when my dad was working on the remodel of our house in Fairland, he took his coworker home at night, and we passed a King Video in Christiansburg I had never been to, and I said, Dad, can we go in there just look real quick? It was on Thursday night. And he took me in there, and that was the biggest library of He-Man and She-Ra tapes I'd ever seen in my life. I lost my shit that night. And I went home with Skeletor's Revenge and Island of Fear. That was, and oh my God. Nice. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And then I'm like, Trouble in Trolla, this episode sucks. I was so pissed. But no, and they were all dollar rentals. I'm still looking at the screen as if like it's still going here. But they were all dollar rentals, and I would go back multiple weekends. My mom would take me, and my dad would take me. I would check out this He-Man tape, this She-Ra tape. That's how I saw Modulite for the first time. And you know, it was wonderful memories just searching out all these
Joe
tapes.
Modulok.
Huh? What?
I think I just finished. I was off by little.
Jenny, is that what it sounds like?
He's like, okay, get off me now.
No, he looks down. I think I just.
Oh shit!
Yeah, well, you know, do what we gotta do. Deuce, and the stuff that you sent me, you want me to show that now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, this is I forgot. Yeah, and you did that kind of post-production, grainy film, distressed image kind of thing.
Or not film look.
Yeah.
Oh,
this was really.
Oh,
it was such a cool idea. Such a cool idea.
Listen, here you.
That is awesome.
Dirty Vikings. Take this rock to the face.
So this was originally in the script, right? That she was supposed to attack like a couple of Vikings.
Yeah, and then like I think
Viking father and his son.
And then Skeletor's summoning kind of basically
stops the attack.
Yeah, she basically saves their lives, kind of thing, which I thought was pretty cool.
Take this, you little Viking kid, to the face.
Yeah, she's evil. I love it.
That shot of Evil Lynn like that. I want that on a shirt, dude.
That's gorgeous. I would totally buy that on a shirt.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Well, how about how about Deucin? How about you upload it on TeePublic?
Yeah.
Deucin, why don't you make a TeePublic account and just
I don't have an account there. Also, these are unfortunately out of order.
Oh, these are out of order. I was going to say, I think we stick to Facebook.
Facebook messed it up.
Well,
Facebook.
You know.
Yeah, she's not just randomly blasting rocks. This was the.
This is Evil Lynn literally busting Joe's balls.
They're a lot smaller than they appear.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I've got all these images on my computer.
Let's just go back to this shot again because that's.
Yeah, I love that shot.
That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like every week it's just like, check this out, and then
guess this. Like Doosan did those illustrations 8 years ago. There you go. It's come a long way.
You're a badass, Doosan.
Yeah.
I didn't share them with anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't know you.
Also, too, if anyone has any questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. We'll take a few of them.
I have one. So when was that incident you guys had with the other podcasts, and you pissed off everyone?
That was
yeah.
That was before I joined.
Yeah.
With you guys.
Yeah,
that was
what year?
2013, 2014.
Yeah, it was earlier.
I'm pretty sure it was later. Because that's the first time I started watching the podcast. That is listening.
no kidding.
To podcast.
Oh yeah,
audio.
When I upset a lot of people, that's when Deuce decided to jump on board.
Of course.
He's like, I like this guy.
Yeah, fell in love with the show.
It's almost like you look at this right now. This is pretty much the exact thing of looking up in the air, sniffing, and like smells like drama.
Yeah.
This
guy's evil as I am.
Here's a question from earlier from JSP. Question for James Deucin. Since the Eternia collection is sold out, will Play On Pictures produce another Blu-ray set, even if it's a smaller set than the Eternia collection, minus the sales, etc.?
Stay tuned.
Oh.
I actually don't know, like, in terms of Play On.
I don't know.
He doesn't bother me.
Deucin's like, stay tuned.
No, Deuce's version of Hold Your Breath.
I swear James just stood there like a stone. I don't know.
We had this comment earlier from Wookie Sasquatch. It's humorous and ironic that we've remastered everything and improved the image, and now people want worse quality. I don't think it's so much that. I think there's just
they go back. They fuck it up when they try to remaster it sometimes.
No, I think it's
George Lucas adding shit. That's what happened with Hallmark. Hallmark, again, they were blindly remastering, and due to inferior technology of the 90s, there are a bunch of episodes where you see the green Eternian sky look green or blue instead of green.
Yeah, Creatures from the Tar Swamp is one always like kind of stands out as being way
Dawn
off.
of Dragoon, for example, and Valley of Power.
I like Wally of Power instead.
I thought that's what he said. It was Wally of Power.
Wally of Power sounds like
I misspoke.
Yeah,
I mean, like there's stuff like. In most episodes, they didn't bother to correct Tila's armor, and they didn't bother to correct Merman's skin tone because Merman's
Matt Murdock.
Merman's skin
Matt
tone.
Murdock,
Daredevil,
the dick.
The dick has been stacked against
Panthro pissing. I know it's Panther, but going back to the Panthro thing.
But people have still to this day refer to Panther as Panthro. I'm like, you fucking moron.
It's like poetry,
My favorite one ever was when my friend Lee in America, there was like works in the health industry, and someone was chatting to him. They find out he knows about He-Man, and someone was like, "Oh, I used to love that cartoon. I used to love the villain in it, the guy." And this is brilliant because it's a word we all know, but the way he accentuate a certain part of it makes it sound like an Eternian word. He was like, "Oh, I love the villain, Skeleton." It's like, no, skeleton. But it's the word skeleton, but you say it's skeleton. It's like, oh, skeleton. That sounds like a really rubbish bootleg figure.
Yeah.
I am skeleton. It's
Joe, get on
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Get on it, Joe. Let's make skeleton a reality.
Here is one for all the current video gamers out there. This comes from Philippe. How do y'all feel about Skeletor joining the Call of Duty universe? I'm super hyped.
Yeah, you guys haven't heard about that?
Yeah.
No.
Skeletor's going to have a gun.
Well, because we don't want brand confusion. Remember, it's yeah.
Are there any images?
I want to say
there is one.
I saw one somewhere.
What?
I thought Deucin said, "Are there any midgets?"
Oh man!
I thought that's what he said. Though he wasn't trying to be offensive. I just thought this. It's like, are there any little people? Are there any little people in Call of Duty?
You just insulted our entire little people audience.
Well, no, I thought.
Oh, it's Masterverse. It's
anyway.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So I want to say it's Skeletor, Ash.
It's Revelation Skeletor.
Yeah, Ash from Evil Dead. No, I'm going to show an image here in a second. It's Skeletor, Ash from Evil Dead, and I think there's I can't think of the name of the character.
So wait.
It's from an anime.
So it's Revelation Skeletor.
There you go.
Oh my God!
You know what that means? You know what that means?
Mark Hamill's going to be doing more Skeletor?
No. Mattel paid for this. This is advertisement.
Yeah, I just love that anything currently has got to be still revolving around that fucking cartoon. Like, it's just...
Yeah, like, this is literally a commercial. Because, like, this is not people who are making Call of Duty doing this on their own. This is literally Mattel approaching them and saying, "Hey, could you feature him?" And they just go, "Sure, just give us money."
I think there's going to be like four new characters included in the new one, and he's one of them.
Yeah, Rob David will appear, and so will Ted Biaselli and everybody's favorite crybaby, Kevin Smith.
It's one of those scenarios that, as unfortunate as it is, it's one of those things that I would file it under. It is what it is. Like, they're obviously they're not going to go with the vintage look because, as Deucin said, if you're gonna do this and promote in this way, this character's here, you're gonna go with the newest iteration. That's just the way that it is.
I just find
it's what the client requested.
Yeah. I just find there's such a cynical nature to the way the Masters of the Universe brand is being kind of pimped now. It's just like, oh, now we're doing, there's I don't know if they're still doing it, but I noticed, was it last year Mattel were doing digital toys. It's like, so NFTs. Now Mattel is using Masters of the Universe in the NFT realm. And as we've seen with NFTs, it's really good for rich people, but really shit for everybody else because the rich go, hey, give us money and we could run off with your money. Been watching a lot of
NFTs are dropping right now anyway.
Yeah, that shit's worthless now and it's all
it's all fucked.
Dropped off,
it's all gone. And
my Bored Ape is worthless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, Skeletor.
Sean D says maybe they're doing this to sell their unsold Masterverse figures at Ollie's. If you want to go to Ollie's, you can find hundreds of them. So
yeah, but Ollie's is selling them for more than they sold at Target and Walmart.
True.
They're still more than retail.
True. I still stand by. It would be awesome to have a Master Universe video game, like an RPG, or as we've seen with that beat 'em up. That's always a good way to go to.
So it seems so simple, and yet they've always got to complicate things.
Well, it's like with this, I would assume
they give him a gun.
Ash from Evil Dead is in there.
Stupid.
Yeah, I would assume that would be the Ash versus Evil Dead, like the older Bruce Campbell, maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Maybe they made him younger too, but yeah. Yeah, Skeletor with the gun, that makes no sense. You would think if you're going to do it, maybe have him having the staff and having something.
Yeah, and have his shoot out. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Or his hand.
Too much money, Nathan.
Yeah, his hand. He could use his hand.
It's too much money. I mean, honestly, they might have him with the staff, but because you can change out all the weapons, it may just be one of those things where that scene in particular has one of the game Call of Duty weapons.
It's easy to reuse the game mechanics.
Spawn.
Yeah.
Spawn is one of the characters also that's going to be there too. Didn't mean to pop that up.
Is he also going to use a handgun?
Probably.
Well, Spawn uses guns, so
that's true.
It makes
Spawn uses military weapons, so he would fit in well with that game.
Yeah, but it would be funny with Ash having him in there, and for whatever reason, it's like, oh, you give him a pistol. It's like, no, you give him the boomstick.
You give him his boomstick.
Yeah,
everybody knows that.
And he also has a fucking chainsaw hand, but he's not going to be able to use that.
See, that would make sense to put.
He'll
Ash
still be holding it
like
with both hands.
Gears of War, because they have the chainsaw guns.
Yeah.
Remember when Call of Duty was based on World War II?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But hey,
I'm up to bounce here, guys. I'm just you guys keep going. I probably need to go on here. So
go
zombies in the World War II one.
All right. Good night, guys. All right, later, all.
Tyler.
Poopy.
Later, guys. Take care.
Go poopy.
Then there were 6. Yeah. No. Tyler was like, yeah, if I got less than 8 hours of sleep, I'm going to be useless. And I'm over here with my 4.5 hours. I'm like,
living it up.
Yeah. Here's a question from Oliver Belmont. If you have a cartoon review of the 80s Jim and the Holograms, what will be your favorite episode? I don't really have I
don't know the series well
enough.
Yeah, I don't know it well enough to have a favorite episode. I only had a couple episodes on VHS when I was a kid.
Deucin, you should give it a shot. The music
fun.
video
The
segments are great.
Are the best.
Yes. And it's just
I agree with you.
When I saw what Hector Ramirez looks on that show, I was like,
Well, I'll tell you what, the artwork is absolutely amazing for what it is.
Oh yeah,
I like the Misfits. Pizzazz was my favorite.
It's up to standards of Marvel Productions at the time, but it's like again, it's like you have this character Hector Ramirez who basically appears in multiple shows, and he more or less retains the same look, but on Gem he looks oddly younger for some reason. It's like the character also appears on G.I. Joe and appears on Inhumanoids.
Really?
Yeah. On Inhumanoids, he's actually fairly a regular character.
They use the same likeness or just the name?
The likeness and name.
Huh.
I never
when you watch Inhumanoids, he looks noticeably older because it takes place in the future.
That's clever.
That's pretty neat.
Well,
maybe it's meant to be younger in Gem. And then he goes to G.I. Joe, he's a little older, and then Inhumanoid's older than that.
Maybe, but also one of the characters in Inhumanoids is I think it's I think either in Inhumanoids one of the characters is related to a G.I. Joe character, or was it in Cops or something like that. It's like they did some bit crazy things with continuity.
Well, it was kind of cool. I would assume back then it's kind of more of a maybe Easter eggy kind of thing. It doesn't seem like there's a grand scheme planned for the character.
Yeah.
It's more like, hey, you remember this guy?
Yeah, because the cartoons were so broad.
Yeah.
Broadly different.
Yeah, but I think I'm pretty sure Larry Hama wrote the bios for the characters.
You okay, Joe?
Do you need to go poopy too?
He didn't even have it. He can't hear it.
You okay, Joe?
I took my earpiece out. I thought I heard something, but I think everything's good.
No.
What did you hear? You're all alone.
The contractors are back. They're gonna start.
They just randomly come to feed on his
Knocking
wall.
off the walls again.
Right in the middle of the night.
No, with Jim though, the storylines are just truly outrageous. You know,
it's just fun and pure fun.
You know what's interesting about Gem? The toy line didn't do very well, but
because Barbie and the Rockers.
Yeah, the audio tapes with the music did well, and the show had very good ratings. So they chose to make the show regardless of the toy line tanking.
Well, the dolls weren't that great.
Yeah.
Like they weren't as pretty as Barbie, and then of course Barbie got word that they were making Jim. They were like, "Oh fuck no, we're gonna do Barbie and the Rockers." So they beat them to it, and I think that hurt them a little bit.
Didn't it also have a cartoon?
Yes, it did. I had that on tape as well. The funny thing is, I had that and Jim on the same tape.
How long did that last?
Not long.
I think Barbie one was short-lived.
Yeah, it was good animation though. Okay, animation. Not as good as Jim though.
I think since Super 7 has a license for Jim, hey, Ultimates line would be kind of nice. But...
For $80 each.
But yeah,
they came out with some great reproduction dolls not that long ago.
Yeah, but those are expensive now.
Yeah.
$250.
Well, I would prefer to have them look like their cartoon counterparts as opposed to just like a doll, you know.
Yeah.
I picked up the Jim statue, so just
cool.
You don't get a lot of cartoon accurate, maybe not so accurate. Sorry, Doosan. Merchandise from that cartoon, but yeah, an Ultimates line would be good. But I would imagine if that starts to happen, then they sniff. It's like, oh, this is doing well. No, we got to take that back. Seems tried and true with that.
Yeah, and then they screw it up like they did when they made a live action movie, and when they did that stupid comic book
now,
ITV.
I'll say this: that live action Jim, a couple of those songs kind of catchy. I did watch it. The movie is shit, but a couple of those songs kind of okay. Didn't mind it.
And the first few issues of the comic wasn't too bad, in my opinion. I've got those somewhere.
Yeah, but that's the usual with IDW, is that their comics can start good, but then they go down.
Yeah, they did. And then distribution was crappy as well.
How many comics did they make? I didn't read those.
I really don't know.
I've given up on modern comics, honestly.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a few, but I don't know exactly. I don't think I finished the series.
Maybe
the last comic book I got was Death Dealer. That's the only new comic book that I've been reading.
Yeah. I haven't read it. I bought the first one. Have they gotten the second issue out?
Yeah, I think they're up to issue like 4 or 5 now. I'm up to 3 myself. I'm behind, but it's pretty good. It's very Conan-esque. I like it.
Yeah, the Conan one came out too, right after, right? I think so. There was a Conan one that came out. I bought that one, but I don't think I bought any more of the Death Dealer. I didn't like the artwork as much as I think I should have. So I didn't get.
It's hard to live up to Frank Frazetta.
Indeed.
Joe, you okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Gotta poke and make sure you're alive.
Joe, what were they talking about?
They were talking about Conan comics and Death Dealer and Gem Modern comics, and I don't read any of that modern stuff either.
How about this, Joe? I'll pass along to you. Go ahead, give the outro. Let's wrap it up.
Well, also remember, you guys got just around a little bit of a week to go to Heritage Auction, so just remember that. We'll do something special next week. But for anybody that's new to this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell so you can always be notified when we go live. And until next time, have a powerful day. I guess we ain't got a quote unless Nathan can think of something.
Someone else can think of something. Yeah, let's let Rebecca do it. Here we go.
Oh, I get to do a quote?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shit. Oh, I just did one today. I got it. What you looking down there? Buried treasure?
I dare anybody to guess whatever that is.
Is that one of your theater fairy tale things that you? Oh, okay.
No.
Fairy tale things.
Hey, by the way, I did know that Ghostbusters
I'll
2
give you a
quote from
hint. It
last
does have
week.
a mermaid. It does have a mermaid in it.
What?
There's a mermaid in it. Wheeling for
What you
buried
looking for
treasure.
down there?
The
Buried
Tom
treasure?
Hanks one.
A battery?
Mhm.
Splash?
Splash.
That was the only one I was
The,
good.
That one-
the two
that
like
movie
the two
where
like
they
retard
censored the
guys.
butt.
I quote those fuckers all the time. They're also the ones who are like, let's pee down the air hole.
Is that movie where Disney censored the butt?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
god, that
yeah,
was terrible.
It-
Man.
Because I own it on
See,
DVD
yeah.
and I just played it. Oh, sorry, Joe. Sorry,
No,
Joe.
Joe's like, censoring butts. Oh God.
Love you, Jen. I gotta
Love
go
you.
pee.
Love you, Jen.
Jenny.
We're out of time. We gotta
Shut
go.
up, Ren.
Wait.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. All right.